know that says Fuji apple, so let me explain this. This is really, really good to know about a fruit tree.
No, that got knocked over!
Okay, so we have a big group, and so I'm going to use this tree because it's so good.
This is a plum.
This tree has two parts. What is it up there?
Blue diamond, blue damson plum.
Yes, that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, that part of the tree is from here to here. So this label is labeling what is from here to here. Notice it looks like it's two parts. It's been pruned off here. The bark here is kind of brown. Here it's more of a greenish gray. We don't know what this is.
What do you mean you don't know that?
They've grafted onto something.
Out west they
So
use
it's a cross?
trees.
It's not a cross.
Hybrid?
It's not a hybrid. Okay. A cross or hybrid.
Because it'll be stronger.
Yes. So a cross or hybrid means that the pollen has actually gone from one variety to another, and then it has children. And the children, just like the children of people, you don't know exactly what you're going to get. Like my daughters, do they look exactly like me? No, because they're a hybrid between me and my wife. Right? They're a hybrid. So they're not true to type, but hopefully they're true to type to character. Right? That's what we want. In this case, if you go to a good nursery or even a good website, the reason I say good is a good one will understand that you want to know what this is and not just what this is. The reason you want to know what this is because this is called the rootstock, and rootstock they choose for different characteristics. If this is a full dwarf rootstock, then this tree may max out at 6 or 7 feet tall and may have a lifespan of 15 to 20 years. If this is a standard rootstock, which just means one that has not been chosen for a smaller size, this fruit tree could be 50 feet tall, 35 feet wide, and live longer than your children.
Oh, wow.
So it makes a huge difference what this is. But the problem is the labels on the fruit trees don't tell you.
And sometimes they don't tell the truth. I have 2 trees with the same label, and I haven't planted them yet. They're still in the buckets, and I can tell that they're different trees.
Okay.
So they gave me something different.
Now I know we're gathering from all over, and so there are nurseries out there that understand the importance of telling you what this rootstock is. One of them is here in Tennessee. I don't know quite how close it is to you, but Turner and Sons is a good nursery where you can go and get a lot of varieties and you can choose your rootstock. Now, it's not just about choosing your rootstock in my book. I want standard size rootstock. Because you might think, well, I want a small tree because I only have a little space, so get a dwarf tree. But what that's doing is making the tree small because of the vigor of the rootstock. So when you think of the word vigorous, what do you think of?
A lot of energy.
Lively, I heard.
Yeah.
Healthy, I heard. What else?
Strong.
Yes. The speed of growth. What else? Maybe the strength. Endurance. Like, those are words that go along with vigor. So if you get a low vigor rootstock, although the tree will be nice and small, it'll also have the potential to be unhealthy, unenduring, not as lively. It may not recover from infection as well. Insects. If you have hard physical damage like frost or deer or something like this, it may not spring back with new growth very quickly or readily. So a standard rootstock, although it's going to grow a bigger tree, or at least attempt to, you can still control it with pruning. Right? So it can still be whatever size you want it to be, but it's going to have endurance and strength and vigor and ability to overcome disease.
One more thing on that is a full size or a standard rootstock may actually be able to handle grass growing up over it, whereas the dwarf trees may not actually grow well if you let the grass grow up around them sometimes.
That's actually a very good observation, because if you could see underneath the surface of the soil, the low vigor or dwarf rootstock are really a dwarf root system. So they're close to the surface of the ground, where they're going to be heat stress, drought stress, competing with the grass roots. It has a much smaller area to pull nutrients and water from. So then you're going to be fertilizing and irrigating a whole lot more. But there are wild fruit trees out there growing all over the United States in places that have been untouched without a farmer, but not dwarf ones. Dwarf ones will be overcome by whatever's around, right? So I really like the standard rootstock. So typically when I buy for standard rootstocks and then the fruiting variety I want.
Question. Out west in Tenasket area, we had nothing but pulverized granite. We call it moon dust to grow in, and in high desert, it loses the water really quickly. So all of the fruit trees in that valley, which grows most of the apples and pears for the world, they use walnut trees because they put their roots way down instead of shallow like you just mentioned. So what's best in clay soil? I'm trying to learn moon dust to clay now. So what would do better here in the clay than what kind of root stock are you looking for that's
Okay.
going to...
Yeah, I mean, we just want a standard full-size, full-vigor rootstock, even in clay.
Okay, okay.
And we'll see what's under this ground as we begin to dig, and we might start to deal with those